Imagine a future where technology has become so advanced we have automated cars to drive us around anywhere without any pauses. With this new technology, the elderly can finally travel anywhere and become more independent with their lives. Drunk driving would decrease dramatically, and car crash deaths would become zero. However, driverless cars are being halted by regulations designed for drivers, and this is causing many problems to progress. In this speech, I will address the problems of why current regulations are halting driverless cars going on the road, the causes, and some solutions. The first problem is that many of these regulations were designed only for drivers on the wheel, and this creates many barriers for robotic vehicles on the road. There are some reasonable arguments against driverless cars, like according to CAFM from News Tech Global Business blog, December 26, 2017, insurances are liability is a major reason why there are not many driverless cars, because if there is a car crash between, let's say, two driverless cars, or between a driverless car and a real driver, who is responsible? Current insurances only factor human error, and driverless technology has never been accounted for. In California, according to Russ, LA Times, March 2017, passengers may still be liable and subjected to subpoena if any car crashes occur, because the passenger can still control the car in case of an emergency, even if it is not their responsibility. This human error leads to the second problem, when the government requires driverless car passengers needing a driver's license. According to Gary from Wall Street Journal, 2017, states like California require all cars on the road to have a driver's license behind a steering wheel. This really defeats the purpose of riding a driverless car if one needs a license to operate one. To manufacturers like Ford Motor Company, the CEO announced his company will mass produce driverless cars within 5 years, and there's going to be no steering wheel, no gas pedal, and no brake pedal. These functions will also be the norm for other brands like Benz, Tesla, even Google smart cars. To these companies, having a driver's license would be quite redundant to the customer, because in the customer's perspective, why would I need a driverless car as my next vehicle when I can just buy one that has a steering wheel if I'm going to have a driver's license? One cause why there are still regulations toward driverless cars is because of transportation unions like taxis, buses, and truck drivers. According to All Trucking, there are 3.5 million truckers in the United States, 207,902 taxi drivers, and nearly 500,000 bus drivers in the United States. With so many people in the transportation services, their voices are quite loud against the automated services. With so many people potentially jobless in the near future, the federal government has been purposely stalling car companies from progressing their driverless car research in order to allow these drivers to keep their jobs. Another cause of strict regulation was because there were 2 fatal accidents accounted for in 2018 involving an Uber driverless car and a Tesla tester. According to Karsten and West from Brooklyn's May 1, 2018, ever since a pedestrian was killed by an Uber driverless vehicle, there are many additional regulations to test the new technology before driving on public roads. Even though there are like 38,000 people deaths per year due to car crashes on US roads, these two deaths have caused quite a stir in the federal government, and they have lost faith in the driverless car safety, and they kept adding more and more regulations preventing these companies to further their research. One solution to help taxi drivers, bus drivers, and taxi truck drivers is to transition them out of the jobs for automated vehicle is the $1,000 dividend. Every U.S. citizen will be given $1,000 with no questions asked, as more and more jobs are phased out due to technology. These trillions of dollars will be generated through technology taxes on Amazon, Google, and car companies, meaning for every mile these driverless cars travel, it will generate $1. And since there'll be like millions of these vehicles out in the United States, trillions of dollars will quite be easy to generate. Another solution will be to decrease regulations, thus allowing car manufacturers to mass produce these driverless cars. It is inevitable that drivers will be phased out, according to Russ again from LA Times, September 13, 2017. 95% of all car accidents are human error. By decreasing regulations, this will allow companies to further study their test vehicles on public roads and thus making them a lot more safer in the future. Thank you.